Good afternoon and welcome to Sean's sort of herbal sort of remedy recipes basically. What I'm going to be doing over the next few months, as and when I get certain plants and whatever, I am going to be going through my book, which I'll show you here, the Lost Book of Herbal Remedies, and I'm going to be making certain things out of the book. So the very first one I'm going to make is a lavender tincture, which has got many benefits. So let's have a look. Yes, a lavender tincture. So what I need for that, obviously I need lavender, I need vodka for the alcohol, and I need a jar. So first thing you have to do is get your lavender, 1.5 cups of cut lavender, and that is the flower, the leaf and the stem. So there you go, all prepped, ready to do. One pint of neat vodka. So your vodka and your lavender, and one sterilized jar. Now it's very simple, this is probably the simplest one I will get to do, and it should be done very quick. Basically what you do, you put the lavender, you put the lavender in the jar, in the jar, the whole mix of the lavender in the jar, like so. Might take me a while. As you can see, nicely chopped up. I'm not sure this jar is big enough, but I can probably make 2 jars, which is all right. So you put your lavender in the jar, leave about a couple of inches at the top, that'll do you, I think. And then you take your vodka and you basically top up the jar. Sorry for the shaking hands. You top up the jar with the neat vodka and completely cover the lavender. And then, very simply, you put the lid on the jar, nice and tight, give it a shake up, and there you go, 1 lavender tincture. And that needs to now be put away, and it needs to go away for 4 to 6 weeks to ferment. And what'll happen is all the goodness from the lavender stalks, plants and leaves will infuse with the vodka, and you'll be left with a tincture which can be used as a internal or external tonic, which is useful for all sorts of things. So I'll just go to what lavender is good for. Now lavender is good. It's also edible, of course. So with the lavender, there's several parts of the lavender which is edible, but it's the medicinal purposes that I'm sort of looking at. And with the medicinal purpose, it's an anti-anxiety, it's an antiseptic, anti-spasmodic, boil-producing, diuretic, nervine, reduces gas. It's a sedative and a stimulant. So there's a lot of uses to it. It's also great in aromatherapy, and I will be producing lavender oils as soon as my distiller arrives, hopefully in the next few weeks. I think I'll just put a bit more vodka in that, top it up a bit. There you go. So there you go, nicely sealed. Give it a shake. So there you go, that is your lavender tincture, and it is good as aromatherapy. It's great for aches and pains as it relaxes you. It kills lice and nits, and it's also an insect repellent, lavender, which is great news. It's great for respiratory problems because it helps you relax, so it takes the stresses away from you, which is great. And that will be the oils which I will be producing at some point. Urinary tract infections, cystitis, and retained fluids. Lavender is great for that as well. Lowering blood pressure. And of course you can make a lovely lavender tea, which I will be producing possibly with what's left in the dish there. So this is a lavender tincture. So what you need for that is a jar, vodka, and chopped lavender, and you mix it all together in the jar, and basically the lavender, seal the jar tightly and place it in a cool, dark place for 4 to 6 weeks to let it brew. Shake in the jar once a day, give it a good old shake up, keep it in a nice cool place, and then after 4 to 6 weeks, I'm going to leave it for 6 weeks. I'm going to go for the maximum effect. You basically then drain all the lavender, all the bits out of it, and you are left with a lovely liquid which will be infused with all the goodness of lavender, and you can store it in a cool dark place for up to 3 years. And you know, it's got lots of purposes, especially if you're struggling to sleep, if you're having a few breathing problems. You know, clears up your sinuses. I've got to admit, I slept with a bag of lavender by me last night, and for the first time in a long time, I didn't get up with my usual very chesty cough and coughing up lots of phlegm, which I usually do. So that was good. So I'll be doing that every night. So there you go, guys. Lavender tincture. 4 to 6 weeks now for that to ferment. And then I will, in 4 to 6 weeks time, I will show you the finished product. I will probably have a few bits of it myself and see how it goes. And maybe get my missus to have a bit and test the waters, we'll say. So there you go, guys. Lavender tincture, very simple. 1 pint of vodka for the alcohol content, obviously. 1.5 cups, or probably just over 1 cup of cut lavender. That's the plant, the stalk and the flower, and a jar. 4 to 6 weeks later, you have got your very own lavender tincture, which can be used for many medical purposes, or to help, we'll say, to help. I think one of the greatest ones with lavender is the relaxation. It makes you relax, gets rid of anxiety and stresses and that. And if you're relaxed and you're in a, you know, a good mind, relaxed state, you're less liable to have a lot of the issues that you might be having in normal everyday life. So there you go, guys. Keep a lookout for these videos. I will be doing numerous of these videos as and when I get the ingredients together and the equipment. So there you go, lavender tincture, 4 to 6 weeks, lavender, vodka and a jar. So take care and try these things for yourself.